Hello, you beautiful bunch. Welcome back to episode 77 of this lovely podcast. Today I'm joined with my two lovely co-hosts. Gentlemen, how are we?
Good, thank you.
Good.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that intro, I must say.
I've been working on it. I've got a wee mirror just there and practicing it every morning I wake up. So let's get right into the meat of this weekend. There was Scottish Cup semi-final action. First off, we had Celtic and Aberdeen playing a lovely 3-3 draw.
After extra time.
After extra time, of course, penalties played a big factor. I was getting to that, but you had to cut me off, so take it away then.
It does.
Because you've got so much to say. Go.
It's good to see that the 3 points of the clean sheet curse continues, and that the people who picked the fact that we all picked Celtic in predictions, but it definitely went to extra time.
What about that?
I thought it was even in the predictions.
Hmm?
I didn't know it was in predictions.
I kind of gave up paying attention there. Your lead's getting too much. I'm just kind of,
Do you want to forfeit?
No, I never said that.
I'll take your points.
I don't know how many points I got last week, but we'll find out later on, I'm sure.
We will.
A big goose egg.
Leave him alone. Enjoy saying that.
Where's the waiting room? How do you put him in the waiting room again?
I'm the host.
Why trap? I know, but you still got the host privileges.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes, went to penalties. I didn't watch all of it, or didn't want to watch all of it. I saw the penalties. Did feel for Aberdeen, but I mean, in terms for a neutral point of view, it was a very entertaining game.
They say penalties is a lottery, so
Yeah, that's not true though, is it?
I don't know. Don't
Which
play
just
the lottery.
isn't.
What is? It's kind of luck of the draw.
I don't think it is. Like, it's, big teams practice penalties more. I don't think it is a lottery.
If you're a team, you should be practicing penalties at all times. In the inevitability that you play a penalty shootout.
I mean, yeah, but big teams, have the advantage of dedicated and more dedicated analysts and sports psychologists, and weird bits where in the middle of the penalty shootout, physios come on the pitch for no discernible reason.
I'm getting your goalkeeper to hit the 5th penalty. There's another one I'll throw in.
Well, that was just copying Ederson, of course.
That's twice in a week, that we've had goalkeepers, and one of them you were very confident would score and did, and one you were very confident wasn't going to score and they didn't.
Well, Joe Hart is just like a really, really, really poor clone of Ederson.
Give me his dues. He scored that one penalty in the Audi Cup years ago, I think it was, whatever that pre-season tournament was,
That was him just taking a goal kick.
He scored one penalty and thinks he's the big man.
He did save.
Why would you?
Sorry, I was going to say he did save one to win the game.
They would hope they would save it.
So
why did you put your penalty taker 5th? Why did you put your keeper as 5th penalty taker?
Confidence.
No,
I think that was more of a send off. Like, let's be honest, I think they would have expected him to score it, so they're thinking if he hits 5th, he gets all the plaudits for getting into his last final before he retires. That's my theory, anyway.
I think I'll stick my confidence here. If he's confident in taking one, just let him take one.
But does that not imply there's people less confident than him?
Well, he's quite an arrogant player, to be fair. So
he is, but you're the goalkeeper, Joe. Shut up.
Did you hear him? He said, "Give me the fucking ball."
I'm always if you think you're gonna score, albeit he didn't.
Exactly. So this goes back to what I was saying before, which is stop making your goalkeepers take penalties.
I enjoyed when
unless they're Ederson or Rodrigo Cherry coming out of retirement.
I meant him. It's decent.
Or Alison Becker, who scored with his nugget.
I forgot about that.
But that's not a penalty, though, is it, Kyle?
It was from the penalty spot.
I don't think you can really take a penalty with your head.
You can't just get a hairy run up.
I'm surprised Greg's not encouraging this, so you can see that Tavernier scored even more penalties now. He didn't get a penalty.
Makes a change.
Well, so yeah, it was an extra time. Aberdeen ever so close.
Aberdeen played like the team we know Aberdeen can be.
I was saying this to someone the other day. It might have been a few associates I was with on Saturday. Aberdeen, they have the potential, I think, to be a really good team. They have like decent players, and I just think they've just kind of lived up to the potential.
This season they've been shite.
Poor managers over recent years.
I think they kind of fell apart since McInnes left, to be honest.
But did Europe take it out? Like, because they did so well to get into the group stages of Europe. Did Europe just take something out of them?
That was Barry Robson, though. He wasn't even that good either.
Exactly.
I have to say, one player from watching the highlights, and just kind of recently, I'm being quite impressed with it actually. Is Junior Hoylett. He set up 2 of the goals at least, 2 pretty much identical assists. Fight in a lovely looping ball into the back post. Miovski's there, or whoever was the second one. I can't remember.
Sulker?
Yeah, could be right. But anyway, the point remains in there were great balls in, and I just think he kind of made the difference for Aberdeen.
Yeah, it was Sulker and was it Anderson the third one? Because Miovski's goal was the one that's
at the start. Yeah,
the first one.
Agent Warnock.
Anyway,
Miovski is good. Like again, every time I see Miovski, you just look at him and go, "He's way too good." Like
Way too good.
Aberdeen should probably because they're Aberdeen, they're not going to get 10 mil for him. But Miovski is a player that's worth at least that.
Who's that guy that sent to America? I forgot his name. Christian somebody? Ramirez?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was waiting for a terrible pun.
No.
I genuinely was waiting for a pun.
I was waiting on the word Ryan Goldcourt, somebody Smith.
He was in Aberdeen, was he? Oh, he was.
Back in the day. No, maybe not.
He went on loan, I'm sure. Anyway, that's what I was saying. They sent somebody to America. I'm sure they got some money for him. Probably not. Probably free or something.
He's from Aberdeen, that's why I know that.
I was going to say, did not play for Dundee United anyway.
They did, yeah.
I think he went loan to Scotland recently. It was Hibs.
I was going to ask you who
It was Hibs.
that Aberdeen Miovski came from Aberdeen, but I'm not too familiar with them, and I don't really want to try and pronounce the full name.
That's a Macedonian mob.
I like the team from Budapest. I like trying to pronounce it.
Oh, is it the one that's just like MFB or something?
It's like MTK.
Oh, MTK. I knew it was 3 letters that started with M. Is all I knew.
Has he not beefed with Eminem recently? Anyway, so yeah,
that's why I expected what his answer before.
Eminem, Aberdeen.
Eminem, sure.
Aberdeen unlucky, as we've already said. So are they going to stay up or with that performance? Again, this was the cup.
I heard Miovski said they're going to struggle without me. So, sorry, I've completely lost my train of thought.
Was that an Eminem pun?
Yeah. So yeah.
No, I'm not doing anymore.
Can the real Keller Roos please stand up?
Anyway, before we.
There's always someone to ruin it.
Where's the timeout room? Sorry, I was going to say.
It's the waiting room, you dick.
So will they stay up with that sort of performance, or at least avoid playoffs? Because obviously Lovey are dog meat.
I would say so.
With a spirited performance of that magnitude.
I mean, it's County and St Johnstone are the two, surely, that are.
No, but Craig Levine's like Sam Allardyce, a bit thinner. They're going to stay up.
That is true.
And I think that's all we're going to say for that. We'll move on to the other half of Glasgow. Rangers 2, Hearts 0.
Yes.
Can't complain.
Run-of-the-mill standard performance you'd expect, really.
Literally, it's the exact,
my man Dessers with a double.
If you showed someone that performance of Cyril Dessers, they'd understand what Cyril Dessers is, which is a man who can occasionally score goals, but also misses absolute sitters.
Yeah, if you keep shooting, you'll score.
His first goal was very good, which kind of came off the back of Tavernier flying into a 50-50 and the Hearts player absolutely shitting it. I can't remember who the Hearts player was though.
Neither can I.
But
is it not a loose ball from Kingsley as well at the start of that? Just before that, that's what causes the 50-50.
I think they don't think possible. Tav kind of goes and then just knocks it on. But it's a very good finish, to be honest. Second goal was not a rebound from Craig Gordon out today, so he has another chance to compose himself and slots it in. I think Cantwell was kind of lingering at the back post anyway. I mean,
the second goal, Cantwell should just score himself. They shouldn't lay off the Dessers.
Yeah. It's a result I kind of expected and hoped for. Hearts probably just didn't seem to be in it as much compared to last time. I think it was.
They lied down for Rangers, to be fair. So, so somebody led me to believe that they're just trying to tell me fibs or not.
I'm not sure they do lie down for Rangers.
Really.
I don't know. I remember somebody saying it. I was only trying to get a reaction, but
I knew you were.
mostly I'm thinking of Aberdeen as well. I think
They
there's
led
one
it-
team that lies it though.
I was going to say they led into Celtic, but not on Saturday. Didn't.
First Old Firm Scottish Cup final for 22 years.
That's what I was going to come on to and say. It's been a while since we had a Scottish Cup final. Also had the League
We're
Cup
always
final.
not together in the semi-finals.
I know.
They
This
made
is the
that-
first time in ages.
They made an arse of the draw, and that's why it didn't happen.
Dunlop.
The heated
They
balls
did.
weren't working properly.
I was going to say, yeah, they didn't heat the Celtic and the Rangers ones up properly before they started. I say heat. If you're going to rig it, you surely freeze them rather than heat them. It's much easier.
You'd say so. I'd like to see Rod Stewart do it with them. See if you clip that. Just still a him there.
So I was point I was going to make was it's a performance Rangers needed after a rotten few weeks they've had.
Thank you for that input, Kel. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate when
I'm
someone's
trying
waving
to-
their arms about.
I'm trying to be mature and lead by example when folk are just making silly faces.
Number 18, the Cali Pale.
For our
Number 1.
for our audio listeners, Greg's being a bit silly. He's being a bit hyper actually.
He said his first drink and he was being crazy.
I had one sip of this Cali Pale. To be fair, I did find it in a reduced section, so if it is 99% alcohol, I would understand.
Going back to what you said there, Kel, yes, I think it was the confidence boost that Rangers needed with some of the recent results. So yeah, sets up an Old Firm final. I think that's what everyone kind of expected.
Of course, they'll need to get their first trophy under the Clement era.
Well, they've already got one because they won the League Cup.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go then. I thought that hadn't been finished yet. Take that back. Second trophy under the Clement era.
All right, well,
Yes.
when they win the treble, we'll be fine.
Well, They're all
If
skirting
Rangers,
their
win
way.
if Rangers win the treble, I will do this podcast with my top off.
no way. You have to stay. You have to hold that.
That's
I,
clipped.
I pray to every god that Clement pulls this one out of the bag.
I think you should be praying to every god that you don't, because you really don't want to see my top half for.
Oh, I do.
Brendan, listen. Throw away.
Throw away the league.
Brendan Siddledube.
Oh, that'll set somebody off. That's nice, fell off. That's all right.
That's what it makes me think of. Yeah,
fair.
anyway. It was what you expected. Enjoyable games.
It's a
Eternal
final,
games.
final well expected when we've seen the draws, really.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It also means that third place will now have the shot at European group stage football, or is it guaranteed European group stage football still? for
I think it
third?
already was, wasn't it? I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Because you're going to the
basically
playoffs.
the European place of the Scottish Cup will now go to third, which means 5 teams will now qualify for Europe, which is great.
And only 2 will make it. I won't say which ones.
Surely it should be 3 if third gets automatic group stage football.
I don't know.
I thought it changed.
I don't think it changes ahead of next season. I think it's the season after. It
Oh, no,
changes.
I-
It could be wrong.
Oh, right, that's fine. Good. Well, anyway, that's good.
Yeah.
Good news.
Can I add something else while we're kind of talking about Rangers?
No.
All the Rangers stars who refused to believe UEFA in the past week, Rangers are finally confirmed to not be getting the last place at the Club World Cup. What a shame. Atletico Madrid are getting it instead. Who'd have guessed that it only really counts if you can perform in the Champions League, and if you perform all right in the Europa League for several seasons, it doesn't matter.
Didn't
Kyle
really
looks
expect-
confused, like he's never seen this.
I didn't
That's it.
expect it anyway, to be honest.
I did say I didn't want to hear it, but you just started speaking anyway.
It was more like, did you not see this? It was all the rage back in like September, October of Rangers might get in this new Club World Cup format because their European coefficient is so good, but it only counts in the Champions League.
No, I didn't even know this was a thing. Was there any
Yeah.
other exciting teams in it?
No,
No, I
Just Jeff.
was just wondering about any other teams if it's like one per region or.
it's meant to like it's the new expanded 32-team Club World Cup that's going to
That
come.
no
in
one
Rome,
asked
so-
for. That
Yeah.
no one asked for.
No one asked for, no one needed, and we're getting anyway.
Yay! So I'm assuming there's some English teams.
It'll be all English, Spanish, Italian, and German. Maybe a PSG.
Well, speaking of
Uh,
English, it was FA Cup
yeah.
weekend.
Good segue.
I was trying to find a segue, but he's only really biting.
You're like Paul Blart.
First up was I think it was Saturday evening, afternoon. Well, I don't know. It was
You're on one.
a Manchester City Chelsea finale affair.
Semi-finale. Got a semi.
Finale. Of course, Man City taking the lead and keeping the lead.
Well, they took the lead pretty late, did they not?
I was going to say.
I don't fucking know. I never watched it. Still took the lead. Doesn't matter when they took it.
They did. They got over their crushing defeat at the hands of Antonio Rudiger through the week by beating a team that are a bit shit.
84th minute for context, Silva.
Taking out Rudiger's former team, sure.
They did.
That'll show Rudiger who's boss.
Well, I'm sure he gives a shit.
As you this is the goal you described as a classic Man City goal.
I can describe it as classic Man City XG pish. If you wanted the exact thing I described it as.
Which I keep this PG, but that's out of the window.
It worked.
Of let's play it square, round to the outside, play a square ball in front of the 6-yard box, and then they end up scoring a rebound. Like, it is the most. I'm getting a bit bored of XG football in the Premier League now. It's doing my tits in.
Well, that's why they're the best team in the world.
It works. I'm sorry, it might be shite, but it works. Maybe Edward Howe should try some XG football.
Edward Howe wins games by having 22% possession, I'll have you know.
I think Eddie Howe should work on winning games first. So
Newcastle United are well on their course to a 6th place finish.
Can you hear that? It's the applause they're not getting.
23 points behind City in their XG football. Aye. I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I watched the highlights. It looked pretty end-to-end, like just kind of back and forth, yo-yo football.
Chelsea had plenty of chances they should have scored. Nicholas Jackson and Cyril Dessers could be very similar footballers in that they both miss absolute sitters.
If Jackson was actually semi-competent, even remotely competent, he'd be a decent footballer. But he's pretty hopeless.
I'd also say...
And Dessers scored 2 in his semi-final, so, you know.
Is there a team...
Dessers got a semi.
I reckon Nicholas Jackson would have scored at least 4 against Hearts.
Doesn't matter, in the semis.
I think he would have.
Is there a team that is more in the Premier League, or even just more expansive than that? Can you think of a team at the minute that are more reliant on one player than Chelsea and Cole Palmer?
I don't play for Chelsea.
That was even worse than his earlier on.
Yeah, no, he's their best player by a country mile.
I think City let him go. I think.
Well, it's the second season he wanted away, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I thought he wanted to stay. Sorry.
If he played more often in that City team, I think he'd have had a good turn.
I didn't rate him when he first joined Chelsea. Why they signed him? But he's came on quite far. I thought he was just a penalty felly, but no, he's actually just mustard.
But he is like the player that Chelsea rely on, which is going to be a problem if he gets injured. But it's fine because they'll just sign another 43 new people in the summer.
But they've got a team of somewhat superstars, and again, he is deemed a superstar. But like Nkunku, Sterling, Fernandes, to name a few.
Nkunku's not really played that much. He just got injured, didn't he?
No, he's just made of plasticine. Yeah, they've got a good team, but also not really him that stands out because they're.
I'm not convinced their team's that good.
On paper, I guess it's all right.
I think they've just overpaid for a lot of people.
That too.
Like a lot of people.
This could argue it's project building.
Well, that's what they're allegedly meant to be doing, but it's not really making any results.
I mean, I don't know what project Sterling's part of, but
experience.
Grifting.
I don't know that. I do not know what that means.
No, do I.
Earning money for doing hee-haw. Or scamming.
Caicedo was
hanging about to get his hee-haw.
Caicedo's only 22-year-old, so he was their big money signing.
But so was Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez cost more than 100 mil.
Them two are going to be like the midfield for 10, 15 years.
When they signed him, Enzo Fernandez he'd won a World Cup, and I'll give him that. He'd also played in Europe for a grand total of 6 months at Benfica.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter, though.
I think it does.
I think he just wins the World Cup as the best player, best young player.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's ready for Europe, like first team. I was going to say Champions League football, but the thought of Chelsea getting Champions League football is quite funny.
Way.
That's the next step. Of course, Cole Palmer won't stay if he's not playing European football on the reg.
To be fair, had they actually tried in the FA Cup, they would have got a European place.
I think if they just didn't have Jackson starting and just played with 10 men, they'd probably have won.
Yeah. Man City, again, like that was Man City for me finding a way to win. Man City.
They always do just enough to win the games. Except against Madrid, but
If it ain't
I was
broke,
gonna
don't
say-
fix it.
It would be quite funny if they now win hee-haw. But I've remembered that they're playing Man United in the final, so it makes no difference because they've won that.
well, speaking of Man United, they had I don't know what to describe it,
We'll stop.
meltdown.
Bananas? I was
Just,
going to say bananas to describe the game.
no, they had a meltdown.
But they didn't at the start. They went 3-0 up.
3 up, and then they just decided, let's bring on Anthony. And then that was when it all went wrong.
Well, they did. The first goal from Scott McTominay was quite decent, despite it being another tap-in. The Harry Maguire...
That's my McTominay you're talking about.
The Harry Maguire header is a genuinely decent header from a corner, but Coventry should be doing better than that. And then the third goal, I remember thinking, what the hell are the defenders
Deflection. It takes a deflection.
I know, but the defender takes a touch when in reality plays in the Championship. He should know, if you're in your own box and you happen to get the ball, don't try and take a touch. Just hood fit.
Speaking of Anthony, I think I speak for everyone when I say he's a wee dick. I just dislike him. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out, Sharon. It's Aberdeen.
Yes, I'd like to make it very clear on behalf of the 3 Pints and a Clean Sheet legal team that Robert means only in respect to his playing of football and not anything else.
He's got wee dick energy and all.
Yeah, I think everything about him, without getting political, is just wrong.
Just a wee guy.
I read something this week to suggest that Anthony was valued at 25 million by Man United scouts, and then they went and paid however much they paid for him anyway because they couldn't find anyone else.
Because that was Ajax being really, really clever.
Well, if you can charge that much and get away with it, why wouldn't you? Right. Anyway, second half.
Well, I was going to say, we were watching it and I seen 3 and I thought, this is shit, I'm turning this off, I'm sick of Man U winning. Check my phone, penalty. Well, it must be 3-1. 3-2, 3-3, get that back on. That didn't work.
Ellis Sims' goal was really well taken. The second one, again, it makes up for the Man United third goal, and it also takes a quite kind of lucky deflection.
Oh, it's like up and then you think
Yeah,
it's going
like,
over.
it looks, yeah. And then the third one again, the defending is absolutely criminal. Like, there's no need for him to have that much. Well, not the first one, defending is absolutely criminal. The third one is penalty.
Good penalty.
Well, I heard Wan-Bissaka's been getting a few pelters for his performance. It wasn't very good, I think. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never quite seen all the games, so.
The
I think it's-
penalty.
Go for it.
I was going to say the penalty. I can give or leave. I know Nottingham Forest. There's been a lot of comparisons with one in the Chelsea Man City game, one in the Nottingham Forest game at the weekend when they're angry about VAR and all that jazz, and I don't give a shit, to be honest. VAR, like that one, it's given by the referee on the field, and I think I'm happy to support that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was a penalty.
I'd rather they weren't giving us penalties, but there's nothing that we like. I think once the referee gives it, I don't think anyone can
Just got to be
say anything
consistent.
about VAR. Yeah,
Just got to be consistent.
Speaking of VAR, there also there's moments in the extra time as well.
it did.
With the
That is
offside.
a right kick in the teeth, isn't it? I think the ickiest moment was when you see the video of the security cameras outside Wembley of all the Man United fans running back in after they realised that the goal had been disallowed after they'd stormed out in a right huff.
The fact that you'd leave immediately, like with 10 minutes or whatever it was to go.
It's not the final kick of the ball.
It was like right at the end. It was like in the very last few minutes.
That proves how much paying attention I was.
Like their disallowed goal was like the last kick of the ball was like plus 5 minutes added time.
That proves how much I was paying attention at that point.
Yeah, no, it was like right at the end, and they literally walked straight out. Obviously, the goals went in, walked out, and then the fairness went to VR, and the ball ran back in.
To be honest, if I was the people at Wembley, I'd say, no, you've left, fuck off.
Yeah, well, that's what I would have said as well.
Did you get your stamp? Can't come back in.
Another night, pal.
I noticed that I've seen the photos. There's like, I don't know how it worked. The blue line was behind the red line. You'll get better than me being a referee.
Yes, that means it's offside. Yes, the blue light, like
I thought it was blue line was like.
No, the blue line is the last defender, and then the green
Alright.
line is the player that's onside, and the red line is
I
the
seen it
player
was
that's
like
offside.
the blue line was like on his boot or something. So I don't know what that indicates.
It is. You've got to remember that the technology the referees have is like the picture the referees use is different from the picture presented on the television, which is part of the problem of all of this. VAR wasn't designed for that kind of decision. VAR, someone has wrote a thesis on this somewhere. I've not read it. I don't plan on reading it. I read someone's summary of it on Twitter of someone saying just VAR was not designed for this level of precision because it technologically isn't possible. You can't accurately pinpoint the minute the ball leaves the foot.
I can do it in FIFA.
FIFA's offsides are also broken though.
I wasn't
Don't
gonna
get them
say.
started.
I think when it's that close, you just let it slide.
Personally, my other problem is people's suggested rule is the Arsene Wenger rule of you need to have clear daylight between the attacker and the defender for it to be offside. But that is the same problem reversed. You're going to start finding toes or not toes, but heels and trailing shoulders or backs of legs that mean, or even toes from defenders, etc. You're going to have the same problem. You're just drawing the line between the defender and the attacker instead of the attacker in the open space.
I think it's just one of those things. Just everyone wants the underdog to win. It was so close, didn't happen, and folk were just a little bit like.
Yeah, I would also say though, Coventry had chances in extra time against the big six Premier League side. You need to take them.
Although he scored, Sims missed a big chance. Although he scored, Sims missed a big chance. Sorry, I thought you were talking to me.
Sims missed a big chance.
I said Sky 6.
Yeah, Wright missed another big chance. He dragged one wide.
So they could have won it in the end.
They had their chances. They were very unlucky.
That's your golfing class between league, championship and Premiership.
It really is, and Coventry played really well. It says a lot that the only people who celebrated were Anthony, who's a dick, and Hoyland, who scored the winning penalty.
I mean, that game went to a replay, but I hear they're scrapping the replays. Greg, what are you thinking about that?
This just kind of Kyle saying Sky 6 where it symptomizes literally everything that's wrong with modern football. It's the fact they've done it because there's extra Champions League games. It then transpires they've done it without consulting the EFL. So there's lots of EFL clubs that came out. I think Tranmere were the first one. Sorry, I was watching it. I was getting distracted by Kyle and his curtain.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to put some more like someone pure getting grainy, but it didn't really work.
The fact that I think it was Tranmere were the first to come out and say, we've not been asked about this. There's literally no reason for it. People are quoting, is it Arteta and Klopp, and saying that between them and Arsenal and Liverpool haven't been in an FA Cup replay for God knows how many years. There is if you don't like FA Cup replays, stop playing your youth team in the third round. It's not hard.
When else are they going to play? When else do them players get the chance to play?
At other clubs, ideally.
I think it would have been fair if there was a consultation with the clubs, but I think they've just done it and, like you say, in view of the big teams.
They've done it because they know the EFL clubs would have said no, because fundamentally you want a replay. Fundamentally, if it goes to extra time, the big team holds all the cards. They have a bigger squad. They are fitter. They play less games.
I would argue that you can't say fitter because pro teams should all train the same, really.
But they are fitter. They've got better facilities. They've got better fitness coaches. They are fitter.
I get the play less games argument.
They also Premier League teams. If you're lucky, they come into the FA Cup at the third round. They've got the League Cup, which they don't really give a shit about anyway, and they have any games that are in Europe, which are a reward. But they still, even if you just play in the Europa League group stage, you still play less games than someone in League One, who has to deal with FA Cup first and second round minimum, the EFL Trophy, which contains Premier League under-21 sides for no reason, because they've been shafted over again, and they've got to play in the FA Cup and League Cup and the League, which has 8 more games.
Think of the teams that are playing in like the preliminary grounds as well. There's always
Exactly.
that. I know they don't tend to get as far, but if you think some of them do get to round one, round two.
But that's they've scrapped round 1 and round 2 replays, which the Premier League teams, who are the ones that want this, aren't even in.
Yeah.
If you're aside from, literally, I'm trying to think, like National League South, like let's say you're Bath City, and you manage to get all the way to the FA Cup first round or second round, let's say, and you play a big League One side. So let's say Bolton for this year. I know there's a chance they might get promoted. But that earning a replay against Bolton, when your average crowd might not be very big, earning a replay against Bolton is absolutely massive for your club.
Then
Look at Sutton.
If you get like what is it Germany do, the weird team gets the home tie.
But the argument is in England that lots of teams don't want the home tie. They actually want the away tie because they earn more money out of it.
Oh.
If you look at Sutton had their FA Cup run, ended up getting promoted a few years later. Probably not like there's definitely some association there with using the FA Cup money and using it wisely. And yes, you've got to be well run. But look at Lincoln. Lincoln got to an FA Cup 5th round quarter-final when they were in the National League.
Or something.
And someone said their attendance as a result of that is what made it 7,000 and now makes them a decently sized League One club. That rejuvenated that football club. There are football clubs that have been saved because they've managed to get it second round replays.
But then you can also, I was going to say, you could go through via penalties.
But again, like it's all stacked in the big team's favour.
Which goes back to his lottery argument from earlier.
Yeah, which I don't buy.
I know, but I was just linking it back.
Extra time. Because the other problem is, do you not also have 5 subs in the FA Cup still?
I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
Because you've got 5 subs plus 1 in extra time.
And a concussion sub if you get that far.
So that leaves you with, they can effectively just bring on better and better players. That's why 5 subs doesn't work either.
That's a whole can of worms.
It is. It's just another. I am very sympathetic to the argument of we should have just let the Super League happen.
No, I think
because people would stop ruining football.
I don't know. I think it would have got it worse if you let them away with it.
No, but you not let them away with it. We should have just said, "See you later."
I suppose.
Premier League would be more enjoyable.
Because Newcastle win it.
Are you just because you're not confident Liverpool in the Super League, Kyle?
But they were invited in the first batch. I don't know what you call it, the first round of it.
Yeah.
The first wave.
No, the first game hang.
They hold all the cards. The EFL needs more funding. English football needs to become more equitable. And at the minute, we're going in the opposite direction. And it's, yes, I'm wearing a Newcastle top. Yes, we're owned by Saudis. It's not ideal by any case. It's pretty terrible, the fact that we're owned by Saudis who want to sports wash. It needs to become more equitable. There's no way around that, really.
Yeah, I think
let us know what you think down below.
Say in the comments, and I will be sure to read those. Anyway, it's time for my game, so buckle up. I do have a light, don't worry, and it is the category game where I will give the lovely contestants 3 categories where they can pick. I've run up the stairs, so I'm really out of breath. So I'll give you three categories. Whoever's the challenger can pick first, and then it's like tennis, back and forward till somebody misses. Ready?
She deserves to lose a point for that reenactment of a serve.
So it's already 3-0.
Right. What's my options then?
Dave. So we've got. I don't know the challengers. I can't actually.
Robert.
We've got awards, kits, or soccer aid.
Oh,
let's go soccer aid.
Let's do
I knew
soccer
that was
aid.
going to happen. I hate soccer aid. I like proper football.
I've not watched it in years.
There is about 1 million answers for this. I want any ex-pro to have played in Soccer Aid up to 2023.
Ex-pro.
So any of the ex-pros that play can have legends that play.
Oh, there goes the one answer that I needed. Michael Owen.
Oh, that was my answer.
There's not Challenger goes first.
Yes,
only-
Michael Owen. Nah, I let him off. I think
It's the only answer I've got.
Kaka played in it. I could be wrong here already. I should have stuck with Michael Owen.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho is correct.
Do I start?
I'm not being funny, but I have typed this all out. There's absolutely hundreds of them.
Yeah,
Or
but
what?
guys,
What's Soccer Aid?
yeah, no one watches soccer. It's
Yeah, but-
shite.
Neither did I, but I would pick better players. Yes, Ronaldinho did play.
Was Michael Owen right?
Yes, but he's not on my list, but he was actually in it. Because there he is, Michael Owen.
I know Bex was involved, but I don't know if he ever played.
Never played.
Roy Keane did though.
Roy Keane did, yes. I really can't
The
vote.
only thing I know about soccer is Boris Johnson.
He never played in it.
Did he not?
I'm
He
sure.
just speared some random kid.
Yeah, that was rugby. Did they not do something similar?
I think it was like England v Germany legends or something.
I thought he two-footed something as well.
David Seaman did though. I mind he did.
He did quite a few.
Howard Webb.
Rio Ferdinand. He's not an
Fair.
ex-pro professional footballer anyway.
I didn't have Ferdinand, but I've got Les Ferdinand.
Oh, that's what I meant.
If you said Ferdinand, I would have gave you it. If you're look at it, it's just giving surnames.
Oh well, just
Anyway,
read it,
well.
the honourable mentions. What a shape for friend that was.
I'm quite disappointed actually. That took me absolute ages, but never mind. Alan Shearer, Matt Letizia, Jermaine Defoe, who was actually sub-playing at this point. Jonathan Terry, Jill Scott, of course, captain, first woman captain, Mark Noble, Ashley Cole. Yeah.
What you've established here, Kyle, is that I don't give a shit about soccer.
I thought it was because I've seen some recent news that the teams are coming out slowly, so I thought it's topical.
Well, thanks for trying to spice things up. It just didn't really work in my favour.
Drogba, that was just for younger people.
said
You
Drogba.
just said Michael Owen.
Well, I know, but I was trying to be nice. And I thought Kaka had, but I think it was a different. He played in a different fundraiser recently because he's skinned Angry Ginge.
I thought-
Who's Angry Ginge?
Who's Angry Ginge?
That's another can of worms we're not opening right now.
Oh well, we'll just delete that after all that hard work.
Thanks for your effort.
I
Kits,
didn't even pick Michael Owen.
You said Ronaldinho, he was right, I said that.
I know. Kits
Because it
was-
wasn't being a dick, because you'd been greeting if I'd done that in one. Right.
Sorry, I've lied to you, it's not Kits. I picked Kits by accident.
What?
It is, sorry, starting 11s, sorry. I did lie, I do apologise. I had Kits
No,
wrote
no.
down.
You offered me Kits. I've picked Kits. I want a question on Kits.
Don't get any fucking Kits.
I don't want a question on any of the other two.
Well, start 11s are rewards, so take your fucking pick.
Starting 11s is the lesser of the two evils, so let's just hope I end up whitewashing this. I'm screwed on awards.
So you want starting 11s, is
I
that
want
right?
the one that isn't awards,
Right.
that was allegedly called Kits.
It's because I started Kits and it's got too complicated for me, so I gave up.
I
Anyway.
want Kits.
Oh, fuck off. Anyway, as you cast your minds back to last summer, he's casting
Yeah, I'm
No.
going to close my eyes.
our first ever watch along, the Champions League final,
I
2023.
wasn't even there.
You watched it. We've got Man City, Inter Milan. I'll accept subs as well. Starting 11 plus subs for both
Subs
sides.
that came on or all
Just-
bench?
Anybody named in the who was available, we'll say.
Cool. Rodri.
Rodri. Ding.
Ederson.
Ederson, yes.
John Stones.
Yes.
General Johnson. Haaland.
Yes.
Bernardo Silva.
Yes.
Foden.
You have to make some two screenshots. Foden he did come on as well, actually. Yes, Foden.
I know. I'm having a
Remember,
think.
Inter Milan did play this game as well.
Andre Onana.
And you know, yes.
And
Barella.
Jan's on.
Was that
Barella.
the Barella? Yes.
What was my turn?
Got booked.
Sorry, I was going to talk about Jan Sommer being the only answer that could come in my head, even though I know you only moved in in the summer.
Is that your answer? No, you're wrong.
No. Hey, Ruben Dias, please.
Diaz, yes.
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker. Oh, he also came on, yes.
I was scared there.
I'm going to take a punt and say that Cole Palmer might have been on the bench and didn't come on.
You're lucky because I just scored his name there by accident. Yes, he did play. Well, he didn't come on, but he was there. Hold on.
Who plays for it? Romelu? No. Change my mind.
I think that might have been fine.
No, what have I done? That's fine. I just thought deleting my screenshot, I was getting raging. Oh, shit.
So he might have been injured, but I'm going to say it anyway. Kevin De Bruyne.
Yes, I was about to give you the clock is ticking, but yes, he did in fact play.
Kevin De Bruyne
Came off
play,
injured. From my memory can serve.
Big Dens. Denzel Dumfries.
The old namesake of the
I
town.
was-
Denzel played.
That was my up the sleeve.
I thought that I've got one up the sleeve that I don't want to have to use.
There's a few big names. Because I'm looking at the screen, so yeah, I would know that.
I don't know if he still plays for them, but is it a Kanji?
Kanji, yes.
Good
Diaz's defensive partner. I'm losing track of whose goal it is.
Mine. I'm going to assume he might have been on the bench. Nathan Ake.
You'd be wrong. He started.
Ah,
Hey, you can tell in his voice. Right. I think he might have been on the extended bench. You might be wrong, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Scott Carson.
Scott Carson! Yeah, he was on the bench.
was Rico Lewis on the bench?
Yes.
That was a good answer.
I'll take you back to my previous point of Inter Milan did play this game.
We've named 3
I
Inter
don't-
Milan players, and there's one two I'm half confident on.
Give the viewers what they want. They're screaming these names. They're screaming Samuel Eto'o.
I think Lukaku did they play for Inter or was it AC? I can't think. We'll go Lukaku.
He did, in fact. Come on. I mean, he had
Yeah.
sitters at the end.
That's what I was thinking, but I was
He
like,
did.
it kind of blurs into like,
So then, I'm going to hope they have 2 keepers on the bench. Here comes the answer that I've tried to keep up the sleeve. Stefan Ortega.
Yes, he was on the bench.
That's what I was going to say. That was my other answer.
That's what has been up my sleeve since the start.
I won't lie to you. The Inter Milan bench, the Inter Milan team is pretty forgettable.
Oh,
Which one? You said both.
Depends where you're from. Who you support.
I've got 2 Inter Milans that I really don't want to make a guess at.
I feel like I could have got a lot more cities, but I'm fucking struggling, boys.
There's not many cities left.
Is there any starting 11 cities still left?
There's 8 Man City players left.
Well, I've got two left to get scored off, so.
Oh,
said
they only
9.
allowed.
It's
Were they only allowed 8 subs or 9 subs?
Oh, I think you said starting 11.
Oh, starting 11. Sorry.
2 starting 11s left. I can't remember tight for time, so that's can
Gundogan.
good.
Gundogan.
Yes, the captain for the night.
Yes. Matteo Darmian.
Matteo Darmian. Started at centre half. For some reason. As a right back.
Naveed might need to come out. Oh.
Started as well.
Was that? Oh,
I don't make comments when you're having a go. No, I think I'm stuck here. Gundogan was like my last answer. Let me see.
clock is ticking.
No, I think I have to give up.
We're gonna not hazard a guess now.
I can't think of anyone. Wait. No. Nah, my brain's gone blank.
Well, I think that's. Is it 2-0?
It is.
Yeah.
Any other?
Tune Coat Mainers was the one I was going to gamble on.
He was at Atalanta, I believe.
Ah,
Yeah, he wasn't in the team. I'm sure he was at Atalanta.
yeah, he possibly was. I've got visions of him in a blue and black shirt. The only other one that I had has perhaps just vanished from my head, so no. I know
Yeah.
it's not Marcus Thuram.
No, he joined this season.
Yeah, which is, I had him and Jan Sommer in my head the whole time going, they're definitely wrong.
I'll read you some big names from the Inter Milan side. We'll start with Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, Edin
Yep.
Dzeko. DeMarco had a really good game that game, I can remember. Handanovic, of course.
I was going to say him, but I thought he'd left.
Mkhitaryan.
Mm-hmm.
Because really the big names. Skriniar, remember at PSG. De Vrij. From the Man City side, you've got Mahrez, Alvarez, Phillips, Laporte, and the last starting 11 was Jack Grealish.
Fucking, how could I forget him? We're
I
Man
forgot he
City
existed.
and we're on the Pussycat.
Do you want to do awards or we'll just say that for a rainy day?
We might not take too long at it based on how confident I am, so sod it.
Awards. Any player of the match in the Champions League final since 2000-2001.
Yep,
So-
that's might not be long.
I don't.
I'll start.
But you starting anyway.
Zinedine Zidane.
Zidane, of course, at the Hampden final.
Messi.
Messi was, I think, 2007. No, 8. No, 9.
9.
Cristiano Ronaldo surely made one of them.
He was the Cardiff final.
Gareth Bale.
Oh,
So that one night we don't talk about.
I wrote down Bale before you even said it because I knew it was coming.
Off the bench.
I can't even think who would have won it. Who would have been man of the match last year? I didn't think Kale mentioned it.
For the stories.
Yeah, I thought that. Who would have played well at some point?
Pardon me, sorry, that's very rude.
Let's go Drogba for Chelsea.
Yep, the 2012 edition.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought so.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to gamble on last year's. I'm going to suggest because he scored, it might have been Rodri.
You'd gamble correctly. Rodri was man of the match. I should add this is from UEFA, but I mean,
Yeah.
because there was a fans option, but fans know nothing.
Whoa.
I've got 2 more gambles.
Rodri. Who else has won the Champions League?
I could help you with that, Ian.
Mohamed Salah, surely.
It was not Mohamed Salah.
I wondered, and this would have been for a while. I wondered if it was Alisson in the Spurs Liverpool final.
It was not.
I went first, mind. So you had to give an answer.
Yeah, I did. I have. It's wrong.
All right.
Alisson was not man of the match. Didn't do much.
I was going to suggest it might have been Mr. Sissoko for Liverpool.
Aye, it was.
Oh wait,
It actually was man of the match that final.
Still get there.
Since
Yeah, we could.
Doesn't really matter. I could just tell you.
since I'll just think Istanbul. I'm assuming Gerrard.
It was indeed Stephen
Benzema.
Benzo. No Benzema.
Smashed it.
I'll take that. My price on that.
Yeah.
So we'll just use some.
Aye, go notable ones.
Of course, 2022, I think, Liverpool, Madrid. Courtois, who made about 17 saves.
Yeah, I was trying to remember who the keeper was.
Di Maria, 2014. Samuel Eto'o has been mentioned already this episode. The one you think it was Van Dijk for the 2018 final. 19, sorry.
I knew it was someone at the back for Liverpool and don't know why I thought it was Alisson.
Campbell, of course, 2021.
Who was the one in the Man United Chelsea final?
Van der
was that?
Sar.
Oh, that's a good one. I thought Ronaldo might have won it. Did he not score in that one?
He was fans, I think. Of course, that's
And
what his
then-
name is. Van Cesar.
What was the other one I was going to ask? The Barcelona Arsenal one.
Eto'o,
Eto'o.
somehow.
And then was Diego Milito a man of the match at one point as well?
He
Would
was.
have been the other one that I
2010.
probably should have guessed. I say
2010.
should have guessed. The one that's came to my head now. There's no pressure on.
Oh, it was just a few to name. So yes, I'm coming for you next week.
Well done, Greg.
Thank you. Streak
Enjoy it.
continues. We're at 2.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
So, odds
Wait a
predictions.
second.
Last week, Kyle got 2 points.
Yes.
Greg got 3 points. Robert got. What else against Robert?
Something about an egg and a boost or something.
Nope, 4 points.
Oh, class.
Takes total score to Kyle 78, Robert 89, Greg 99.
Getting there.
Yep, Robert, you managed to get an extra point by guessing the correct result in the Greek game.
I knew they would come to an end.
How does Tripoli?
No, they lost.
I don't know.
This week, I say they lost. Yeah, they did lose. This week it's Kyle's turn to pick the games. We're gonna try something different and just go for it with no facts. Game one,
no.
Premiership, Livingston versus Ross County. Obviously, bottom two,
Oh, excuse me, sorry. I think
County for me.
Times 2.
you're looking at a draw.
Partick Thistle versus Ayr United. There's not much to play for in the Scottish Championship now. The only teams that really have so much to play left to play for are Queen's Park and Inverness for ninth.
Let's see what we're saying here. Probably Partick, just based on positions of the league.
Draw
Partick.
for me.
Partick, Thistle, boing for me.
League One, Queen of the South versus Cove Rangers.
Queen of the South.
I'm going to go a draw and hope the Queen's curse doesn't strike.
No, I can't. I'm going to be there, so I need to see Queens.
I'm hoping Queens win, just I know that every time I pick Queens to win, they don't. So I'm going to not do that. League Two, Forfar Athletic versus Stranraer. Big game for Stranraer. They could still end up in the playoff spot against East Kilbride or Buckie Thistle. Congratulations to them for winning the Highland League.
No, well done to both of them for winning one league.
Draw.
Yes. 4-4 for me.
4-4.
Sorry, I was just reflecting on how embarrassing that gesture is. Turkish Super League, Istanbul Derby, Fenerbahce versus Besiktas. I'm going a draw.
I don't know the first thing about these teams. Just got for a home win for Fenerbahce.
I'll go Besiktas, I think he's picked them.
Cool. Last game, Northern Irish Premiership, Glentoran versus Crusaders.
Glentoran, please.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Crusaders for me.
I'll just go for a draw, keep things jazzy.
Cool, that's their predictions for this week.
And moving on to the other excitement in their life, the FPL update.
Well,
We have to.
So I'll take the lead. So, Mr. Consistent stays in 15th. That'll be myself. We'll swipe up a wee bit. We'll go to number 6, Kyle Palmer, who is just behind. Number 5, Greg Notman.
Lol.
Nathan Stewart in at 4th. And in our top 3 on the podium still, Jack Hughes, Kyle Pagan, and our number 1 still is Darren Whitty FC Whitfield.
Well done, Darren.
Well done, Darren.
I have to say, Cyril Brendan did what happened. Down in 8th after a fantastic start.
Even I've overtaken that sort of shite you are.
I'm on my way. See, once I get out of 15th, I'll get you. Right, well,
I've gone from it's a double game week, and I've gone from a triple captain. So Mohamed Salah did hee-haw for me at the weekend. Hopefully, he does something in the Merseyside derby.
He breaks his leg, even though
can you use your double captain in a triple captain in a double thing?
That's basically what you want to save it for.
I tried that; it didn't work for me. But anyway, that's enough of that.
I don't really know how it works, but yeah, let's move on.
We'll move on to the end. I think that's kind of all we have time for. So, thank you for watching, and share with your grannies and tell your papa, and like, share, favourite, post, comment, push the wee bell, subscribe, follow, I don't know, everything. Anything
What you
else?
said.
Are you done?
I don't know, I'm trying to think of one more.
And keep your eyes peeled for our showdown.
And if you see us
Yes.
in the street, say hello as well. I'm signing
if you see-
autographs.
If you see them at Palmerston this weekend, I won't be there because I live too far away. But
If
Cool.
you see me at Palmerston on Saturday, no, you didn't, because you don't want to see me on Saturday, right? But thank you very much.
if you claim to see someone at Palmerston on Saturday, no, you didn't, because we know you're a lion. Why the hell would you go there?
Anyway, enough of that cheek. We'll see you next time. Godspeed.
Tatty bye.
Bye.